Great day to go race in Talladega.
Go out here, get the job done, go and get our pictures made.
Iconic does not even begin to describe it.
Fans on their feet, waving in the air.
Let's go get this thing.
Place is packed. You want to win in front of the biggest crowds.
They are rolling in the outside line.
Things get really dicey. He's got some daylight.
Oh, you see, and there we go, crash.
Talladega, you just kind of long for the ride.
Equal drivers, equal cars.
That's what leaves the fans on the edge of their seats.
You can't win the championship at Talladega, but you sure can lose it.
But now that the chips are down, they're racing for the win.
You're a winner at Talladega.
NASCAR's biggest wild card.
250 miles at one of the great racetracks on the NASCAR circuit. Here we go, race 2, round of 8. We are green at Talladega Superspeedway.
Real hooked up on the bottom already there. Christian Eckes right into the back bumper. Jesse Love real disconnected on the top. That's going to rocket those two out in front.
Yeah, it's just so you know, they'll let those front groups hook bumpers through turns 1 and 2. Once you get to the backstretch, you got to release, let that car go. You cannot push all the way around the racetrack.
You know, yesterday in the Truck Series race, same rules apply, and they were very aggressive with the pushes and how far they carried it. I thought they put NASCAR in some tough spots. We'll see how that pans out today. They continue side by side into turn 3 for the first time.
Sheldon Creed dips out of that, and that white and blue 00 there into the center line and left Nick Sanchez on the outside. Pops back to the outside now.
Creed going to the outside of Brandon Jones. Let's get an update. Driver 20. Here's Dylan. We're 6 laps in. It's stage 1 at Talladega. I give you the Mobil 1 leaderboard. Jesse Love, Williams, Sawalich up front. And they're there with Quapple, Eckes, and Jeb Burton. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Right, this is through the tri-oval. This is when the cars are most on edge right here. You see Jeb gets in the back of Sheldon Creed, gets loose, goes up the track, and gets into a variety of different cars here.
It almost looks like
Melee
the 00 had to check up a little bit, getting loose. Jeb got into them a little bit, knew he was slowing down and moved up. I'd like to know what was in front of the 00, or did he have an issue? You see he's right behind Sawalich. It's like they all checked up just a little bit.
Yep.
Kind of the accordion effect. Jones hooks him in the right rear.
And that is the most treacherous place of Talladega.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised to see the 88 coming down pit road. They were very, very adamant just to try to take these first couple of stages. They get some stage points here, try to have things locked up for Phoenix just to do it on points, but they will come down here and change at least right side tires and go around to the left to make it 4 tires. Connor was pretty happy with his race car, said he felt like it was pretty good, so we'll see if they're able to maybe drive back through the field here in the final 7 or 8 laps or so and maybe score some stage points.
One thing to watch for here is those front row, the front 2 rows, how they can get locked together. You see the 2-car moving around a lot. It was not only him on Austin Hill, but Allgaier got into the back of him. Look at those cars dancing around as they're trying to get up to speed.
Right behind them, outside lane, green and white, Toyota number 19, Eric Almirola.
Yeah, and as you see the 21 in the middle or on the outside kind of move away from Sanchez, it's because he had a little bit of a run and didn't want the side draft to slow him down. And look at those 3 hooked together, Parker, driving by them now. On that, what are you going to do to try to get to the front to get a win? How do you generate that run?
What a move by Jesse Love, but I don't think he's going to have the help here. He got great momentum there off of turn 2, dove to the bottom of his teammate Austin Hill. Now Connor Zilich's buddy moves to the bottom to help him out.
Junior Motorsports to win the opening stage here at Talladega. And remember where the start-finish line is. A preview of what we'll see later. Through the middle of the tri-oval opening stage goes to number 21, Austin Hill, his 7th stage win of the year and his 15th career stage win on a drafting track.
Teammate Austin Hill, they would put tires on it. He said really good out front. Could stand to be 2 numbers freer to drop down more than 1 lane, Dylan.
Eric Almirola, third from the bottom, had some feedback I've never heard before. He said, my car doesn't want to pull through the tires, so they're not going to make any chassis adjustments or anything. 4 tires and fuel. 4 tires and fuel for Justin Allgaier as well. Pretty happy with his balance.
Some of these cars you see up front stayed out at the end of the stage because they had pitted under that caution with 7 to go. So the front row, Dean Thompson, Kyle Sieg, big push outside lane 2, Jesse Love. He wins the race off pit road, and here he comes.
Group behind him now is going to have a big run. Jesse's going to pull up and block right here, already to the outside of Dean Thompson.
Thompson did get credit for leading a few laps there under caution after staying out. Second time he's led this year.
Some of what caused this really early on is with some of those cars that stayed out, it really broke up the front of the field there. So they all navigated the top, and Jesse Love did a great job of just pushing out Dean Thompson. As Connor Zilisch drops to the bottom there, trying to get a push from Austin Hill. Almost gets tricked right there. See if he can clear the 2. I don't think that's going to be possible. He does. Wow.
What a move. Love thought about the crossover. Best buddies trading spots at Talladega. You gotta love it. This is a little rivalry building between these two.
The 2 car, though, is doing an exceptional job. He's one of the few that can control both lanes, not lose the lead, or if he does, he only falls back a position or 2, and then is able to get right back to the front.
Let's give some love to Christian Eckes, blue and yellow, number 16 in the low lane, solid in qualifying today, made the 2nd round. Jesse Love out front. He's led 17 laps today. Eckes, Smith, Allgaier, Zilisch there as well. But staying out of harm's way. And you know, growing up in the Midwest, Jamie, you and I know this, everyone would always say, if you don't like the weather here, just wait, it'll change. It's kind of like the race out front at Talladega. If you don't like the leader, just wait. It's going to change right now. Justin Allgaier, the man.
I was going to say, at the front of this field, there's no cruising. And there is so much movement happening constantly, lap by lap. Cars are going from the front to the back, as you see Austin Hill.
He's running that low line. When he sees the run come on the outside, he'll move up and slide in front of him. He's able to get back down. He's done an incredible job of being able to maintain that track position better than I feel like we've seen anybody at this stage in the race.
Look at this 4 wide, 6 to go in the stage. And there goes Leland Honeyman. Adeline Zilisch was there, and Connor Mozak collected as well. 3rd caution of the day, comes out 6 laps to go, stage 2.
As we get another look at it here, yeah, you see the 70 there. Leland Honeyman just gets tagged maybe there by Connor Mozak a little bit, but the hardest part is when those cars aren't perfectly lined up and you're overlapping each other a little bit. It just is very confusing and you get disjointed from the wheel. The spotter can't really tell you what's happening. You end up with a result like this.
So interesting to watch. Watch as they take this tire off here. They get a hammer underneath here. They start pulling on this right front fender. And watch it just snap back into place here. A couple more hits. I think the crew guy is going to get out of the way in time. He should.
Hey!
They kind of pull on it, and there it goes. It just snaps right back into place. So they've got a lot of tape and stuff on there, and they do have the electric saws out. A little bit free earlier in the race. They'll go around here and change right side tires, and it looks like they may go around and make it a 4 tire and change and 1 can of fuel for the 16.
Oh, man,
that is fueling it.
Wow. The cap on the fuel can there came out. You saw the crew member pick it up there.
They need stage points.
Go.
It's go time again at Talladega.
Both lanes really well connected in the first 2 rows.
They'll be able to stay locked together until they get to the backstretch, and then NASCAR is going to expect the car behind to lift a little bit and just get off the bumper for a second. You see that outside lane, though, still attached.
Yeah, it's something to take note of. That's the 2nd time we've seen that, where that outside lane is able to disconnect the bottom lane by side drafting. The 1 car of Carson Kvapil just couldn't stay connected to his teammate there, the 8 of Sammy Smith. That gives the outside the momentum. Justin Allgaier to the lead, and Austin Hill fighting for 2nd.
We know he's had one of the faster cars today. He's been able to make his way to the front.
Final lap, stage 2. Allgaier out front. Hill coming to his outside. Kvapil giving Hill a push. Side by side for the lead. Side by side back there for third. They're lined up side by side really through the top 10 here.
Kvapil had a good amount of momentum there on the top side to the outside of his teammate. He's going to get to the back bumper of the 21 with no one behind them. So few cars in this lead pack after all these crashes.
Austin Hill controlling this thing. Won the opening stage, won here in the spring, and trying to get the sweep.
Bottom had quite a bit of momentum right there. They finally got all organized, but Austin Hill has just done an incredible job once again of putting himself in the right position.
And when they're side by side behind you, they can't make a move. Get out the broom. Sweep for Austin Hill. He takes stage 1 and stage 2. 8 stage wins this year for driver 21.
Yeah, top of your screen, he said that was fun. Heck of a car. He said, I don't really need anything. I can get a little tight with the right front, but it's manageable. Right side tires only and fuel for the 21. Carson Kvapil, no complaints on the handling. Right side tires also the call for that Chevrolet, Dylan.
Christian Eckes, you remember, pitted 6 laps ago. They're going to pit again, do a quick top off of fuel. This should cycle them closer to the front. Justin Allgaier, bottom of the screen, said that he loved his race car. Said he was a little bound up, but really happy with it overall. 4 tires and fuel for the 7.
Go.
Final stage underway, Talladega.
Carson Kvapil's done a great job there linking the back bumper of Daniel Dye, and he did that on the last restart as well. Seems to be really good at making sure he gets that back bumper and stays there. We'll see if that outside disconnects the bottom there. They both disconnect.
Look at Almirola shoving his way up the middle. Already won in this round, 2 wins in the playoffs for Almirola, who's going to the championship for thinking about the owner's title. Fresh off a victory at Las Vegas, number 19 back on point, and he's doing it by himself. No other Toyotas out there to help him in the draft. Who do you work with? Who do you hang out? There's a whole lot to manage for all these drivers and the spotters that are calling the shots for them.
And what a move there by Jesse Love. Got to the outside of Christian Eckes. He gets stuck in the middle. Jesse gets the back end of his teammate there. Sammy Smith followed him. Christian Eckes is going to go to the back of this pack as Sammy Smith is getting the left rear there of Jesse Love.
Got to protect the top right here if you're Jeb Burton. Jesse Love hung Eckes out the last time. That's where that momentum is coming from. You see Hill gets to the inside of Eric Almirola. Eric's best friend's going to be an outside row.
Yeah, man, that's Harrison Burton. You got a Ford and a Toyota trying to work together, and Burton just goes all the way back to the bottom. Major crossover. Harrison Burton getting a shove from behind by Jeb, his cousin, 25 on point. Incredible. These wrecked race cars have found their way to the point at Talladega.
Those two have done that in the past where they drop down together, leaving the leader a sitting duck. As Austin Hill dives to the bottom here.
Speaking of sitting duck,
Yep.
It was the 7 car.
It was the 7.
He got so far out front, and then the 19 gave the 21 a huge push right there.
And this is what you don't want to see if you're the competition.
Oof. So the best spot for a right front to go down, up top, right next to the wall, essentially. So not too,
you know,
not too hard to hit. But
a little hard to hit
initially, yeah, but not too hard.
When we see that high shot, when you see the gaps, they do that intentionally because they're trying to generate some momentum for when they pull down and make that pass. We've seen a couple of cars pull down, though, but they had to get right back up in line. Not enough people were committed to doing it.
And when they do that and try to create those gaps, it gives this bottom lane a ton of momentum here.
Austin Hill leading, 2 laps to go. Love out of line. Got Jeb Burton down there. Almirola continues to dance. Into the 19. And there's a crash. Caution is out. Almirola involved. Nearly went up and over, did the 19.
Yeah, that was a big wreck for Eric. Got turned head on into the wall.
We'll go to overtime at Talladega.
So here they are. It starts to get stacked up on the top. Jesse Love basically gets forced to the bottom in some respects. I think that was a tick earlier than he wanted to go. He probably wanted to wait till the 27 was further up there. Then the 8 there, Sammy Smith goes to the middle. The 27 puts him 3 wide, and at that point he wanted to sort of get back up. Eric Almirola was also trying to cover down at the same time, gets turned into Jeb Burton, ricochets off him into the wall in front of the field there. really scary angle to be turned towards the outside wall.
Yeah, the 19 had a bad angle hitting the outside. As you see, the 8 gets just to his inside. 3 wide right there. Watch the 19. He gets turned up into the wall. And Daniel Dye also had a massive hit on the inside wall.
All these cars trying to swerve that fuel. You don't want to have an air bubble in that fuel system.
Overtime at Talladega, presented by Credit One Bank. Front row, Austin Hill and Josh Williams.
So far, so good. It looks like all those cars are accelerating. You see Honeyman's giving a big push.
I think Josh Williams is out.
And look at Carson Kvapil. He got fuel, working that outside lane. Austin Hill away with the race lead. Eckes is second, Kvapil is third.
They're going to have a little bit of a run. If the 1 can get to the 16's bumper, they might have enough.
Can the 7, look at the run the 7 has getting to the 1. Can they push him?
Off of turn 4, back to the tri-oval. Austin Hill leads, outside lane, Carson Kvapil. Back to the start-finish line. Here they are.
Hill's out of gas.
Austin Hill hits one and wins. 2 in a row at Talladega for driver 21.
It looked like Hill was swerving coming to the line.